This wasn't just another bump and run. This was a message, and NASCAR just answered it loud and clear. Ryan Preece didn't just cross a line in Texas. He may have just changed the trajectory of his entire season. Lap 101, turn 3 at Texas Motor Speedway. Ryan Preece in the number 60 car gets into Ty Gibbs, sending the number 54 spinning hard. At first, Preece claimed he didn't even make contact, but NASCAR's review, they saw it differently. They ruled it intentional. The penalty came down heavy, $50,000 fine, 25 driver points gone. That's not a slap on the wrist. That's NASCAR making a statement. And it gets more interesting. Radio audio surfaced from earlier in the race where Preece essentially warned his team he was done playing nice with Gibbs. That's the smoking gun. This wasn't a random incident. This was built on tension. Preece and Gibbs have history on track friction, aggressive racing, and clearly some unfinished business. And in NASCAR, there's an unwritten code. You race hard, but you don't cross into retaliation. Preece admitted he had a choice in that moment to lift, to avoid contact, and he didn't. That's everything NASCAR needed. Now zoom out to the bigger picture. Preece was sitting in a solid position in the standings. Now, he drops to 13, just 38 points above the playoff cut line. That cushion suddenly feels very thin. One more bad race, and this penalty could come back to haunt him in a big way. Let's break this down beyond the headlines. This penalty isn't just about one wreck, it's about control. NASCAR is drawing a very clear boundary. Hard racing is fine. Intentional retaliation, not happening. From a strategic standpoint, this puts drivers in a tough spot because moments like this happen fast. Split-second decisions, emotion versus discipline. Preece chose emotion, and now he pays the price. But here's the deeper issue. If drivers start believing NASCAR is going to aggressively police intent, it changes how they race each other. Less risk-taking, more hesitation, possibly cleaner racing, but maybe less edge. And for Preece personally, this raises questions about composure. Playoff caliber drivers don't just have speed, they manage situations. They pick their battles. Right now, Preece looks like a driver who let frustration override strategy. And that's dangerous when every point matters. You already know this one's dividing the garage and the fans. Some are saying, good, NASCAR had to step in. You can't just wreck someone because you're mad. Others, they're calling it overreach. This is racing. This is what happens. Let the driver settle it on the track. And then there's the middle ground people who think the penalty is fair, but the situation itself shows a bigger issue. Respect between drivers is slipping. That's the real conversation happening right now. Let's play it out. Preece resets, keeps his head down, delivers consistent finishes. This becomes a wake-up call, and he locks himself into the playoffs anyway. He turns controversy into motivation. This spirals. More aggressive moments, more tension, maybe even retaliation from Gibbs down the line. And suddenly, those 25 lost points, they're the difference between making the postseason or watching it from home. So here's the question. Did NASCAR make the right call, or are they starting to over-control the sport? And more importantly, did Ryan Preece just cost himself a playoff shot over one moment of frustration? Drop your take below. I want to hear where you stand on this. And if you're riding with high-stakes NASCAR drama all season long, make sure you're locked in with SPORTSWIRE USA.